Hello, my name is Rashad Muhammad, and this is Pole Position. I'm here with Elvin Caldwell, who's running for Lansing City Council for the 4th Ward. Elvin, welcome to the show.
That's right. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's get right into it now. You, I know you're from Flint. I know you come from the business community. I know you have some experiences in education. Can you kind of connect the dots? How do you come from Flint? How do you come here? How do you move from business to education to politics?
Absolutely. I moved here about 10 years ago. I was working corporate for a charter school management company, and we were starting schools. So I had a project here in Lansing, and I really enjoyed it. I thought the diversity reminded me of the East Coast. It was a wide variety of different people from different places. And I fell in love, especially with the 4th Ward, specifically the northwest side. That's where I immediately started working at the charter school in that capacity. And then I ended up leaving the corporation and worked at the school locally. So I was really able to kind of get involved, within that neighborhood and that community. And that's pretty much where I started my career here in Lansing as an educator.
And what charter school is that?
The Mid-Michigan Leadership Academy.
Okay, all right, yeah. So when you think about, let's say you're running successful, and you think about the impact that you want to make, what do you want that to be? What do you want your legacy to be in terms of what you're able to do in the city of Lansing?
Okay. Well, I want to make sure people feel involved, included, safe, and I feel like they have a place in city government. I had the fortune today to get a DM. It's always good when you get a DM.
Sure.
I mean, I got one from a former student who said, "I just voted for you." And these are some of the students who see me advocate for them in classrooms. These are the students who I've empowered to go out and do things in the community when they were in middle school, and for them to come back and be in the city still and to have faith in local government by way of their former school administrator. I think that speaks volumes to what we could do as far as like bridging young people into government, bridging the gap between government and education. So I think it all comes full circle, like the business, the education, and the politics. So I'm glad to be able to say I've got hands-on experience and intense experience and first-hand experience in all three.
Yeah, I'd agree. Like, kids reaching out, all the things that they could be doing and the things that are out there to distract them, for them to say, I'm supporting you, in this political process, I think that does speak volumes. So going back to at least where you left off and making that transition, how do you think we could encourage greater community engagement with, excuse me, let me rephrase it. I would say, how can we expand the reach of some of the development in Lansing more equitably throughout, let's say, the 4th Ward? Like, how can we get...
That's a great question. Yeah. I know that we have 2 opportunity zones in the 4th Ward, and those are bipartisan. They're palatable, even at state level and federal government level. Both Republicans and Democrats, they see that as something that's beneficial to communities. Right. We have the fortune of having 2 in the 4th Ward, being the Airport District, or Airport Gateway, as it's called, and parts of Old Town. So me as an economic or business person, I would get the same pro forma that the Lansing Economic Development Corporation uses to attract business. That's not just their job.
Right.
That's the council's. As the ambassador to the ward, I want to go out and advocate for us to bring residents business opportunities. And through economic development, you really rise the tide. You really raise the tide, because only through economic development as a one tool, you're able to do infrastructure. Because every new building has to connect. Right. They got to connect to the pipelines. They got to connect with the city roads and the city sidewalks. So it's an opportunity to do infrastructure. It's an opportunity to do some regional planning and regional destination building.
Right.
It's an opportunity to change economic prospects for folks right here in Lansing. And then it's also a way to leverage our small business community. So I do bring an economic development focus, because I see that as a vehicle to do all of the socially just things and socially equitable building things, equity building things. I think that's one tool that we can use to kind of rise the tide on all those issues.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good place to end this short segment. But I do want to ask a very serious question here. And I like to ask different kinds of questions at the end of my interviews. So I was curious about what was your favorite cartoon growing up?
My favorite cartoon.
And why?
Man, you putting me on the spot now.
Uh-huh.
My favorite cartoon, man, you remember Mighty Mouse?
Ooh, that's a classic, though.
Yeah. Like, honestly, that's my lifestyle, man. We sometimes we're the underdog.
Yeah.
But, you know, we were able to put together a team. Mighty Mouse had a squad.
Yeah,
he had a squad, and he was small in stature but big in impact.
Ooh.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
Well played, sir. Well played. Well, that's another episode of Pole Position in the can. Thank you for tuning in, and you know we got Elvin here for 4th Ward. Be sure to check him out and see what his platform is all about. Thank you.
Thank you.